In EPIC, which is technically quite complex and involves multiple partners, there was a need to ensure that we agree some standards and that the partners can actually work together to make sure that their different bits of software can talk to each other. So one of my roles within EPIC was both to create the vision for how the EPIC platform would actually work, but also to actually work very closely with all the partners through a series of weekly web conferences and actually meetings in Brussels and other locations to get everybody to join up the bits of the jigsaw puzzle. So in essence, I had a role of a technical guardian, which was to make sure that the technical bits worked, but also to make sure that the way we were doing things wasn't overtly commercial and favouring one particular vendor. The European Commission liked open source solutions. That wasn't going to work for us because we were using commercial products, but making maximum use of open standards ensured that what we did within EPIC could be replicated by others after the project.
In the EPIC project, I was the project manager, so my role was to make sure that we were achieving everything that we'd set out to do when the project started, and to ensure that we were compliant with the rules of the funding that we'd received to run the EPIC project through its lifetime.
I guess the tangible outcome was a demonstration that we could create a platform which would enable a city to run a variety of different services that would help businesses work smarter, citizens to engage more smartly with their city, and the city administration to run the city more effectively. Within the project, we created 3 pilot demonstrators. And the key thing about these was that they were pulling data from different sources, data owned by public authorities or by private sources, and creating engaging applications that citizens and businesses could engage with. So the key output, in essence, was the platform itself, which demonstrated that the model we were working with was effective, and then the 3 working prototypes, one based in Brussels, one in Manchester, and one in a Paris suburb. Now then, to prove that it could all work in a different city, we lifted up the whole shooting match and actually transplanted it into a city in Romania called Târgu Mureș, and created there local versions of the applications that were created in the previous cities. And that really showed that we could take this generic model and apply it in a new situation.
For BCU, the main outcome was that it's positioned BCU in our city, Birmingham, as one of the main players in the Smart City workspace. Professor Keith Osman now sits on the Smart City Alliance for Birmingham, and we've had further funding since the conclusion of EPIC to deliver more projects in the smart city space. The main beneficiaries of the project were those cities and citizens involved in the pilot trials, which were Brussels, Târgu Mureș in Romania, and Manchester in the UK. They received the most benefit because they actually got to test the 2D platform that was created within the EPIC project and make decisions for their city to make it a easier and healthier place to live and work.
Now, some of the EPIC partners have joined together to try to create a prototype smart city applications marketplace, and they're working in Brussels and in Ghent to do that using some additional funding. As a university, our key benefit from EPIC has to learn how to do the energy monitoring work, which we did with the public buildings and domestic premises. And that's enabled us now to reuse that on working with the City Council, with the Smart City Commission, and in fact to reuse part of that within the KIC Transitions project, and to go further with the expertise that we developed. It's also enabled us to build on the relationship with IBM. So IBM is now a collaborator in KIC-T, and we're working much more closely with IBM as a result of EPIC, because they understand that we understand smart cities and the like much better than we did before.